Hi, this is Matthew. Just wanted to quickly talk about a book I'm reading at the moment that I'm really enjoying for a book club here in town at the library center. They meet the first Thursday of the month. I don't know what it's called. If you're local, you probably can just get a hold of the library center and they'll let you know. My mom's been in it for a while, and my book club that I was in online has just basically disbanded for all intents and purposes. And plus, I'm real tired of reading thrillers at the moment. That's what they like to read, which is okay, but it's a nice change of pace. This will be my second book with them now. I did last month's. It is called The Life Impossible by Matt Haig, spelled Haig. It's definitely on the barred through the National Library Service. Anywhere else you get commercial audiobooks, it's available. I'm in a few blind libraries, and the two other ones I'm in, the publisher changes, but it's the same recording. It's just the intro and probably maybe the credits might be different on it. Same two narrators. Guy decides to email his old math professor. This is in the UK. And she responds back with some things, and she starts to relate what happened to her recently in her life. She's 72. Obviously, I've not finished the book. She's 72. Her husband has recently died. Their son died years ago in an accident. It seems to be my age based on his birth date. He turned a few months before mine, but it's in 81. So she's not really lived since, especially since her son died, but really since her husband died, and just kind of not really doing much. A lot of depression and grief. And years ago, in about 79, she met a lady. She was a school, actually a teacher. This person was a music teacher. They met up briefly, hung out over Christmas, because, no one who wants to be alone at Christmas. And they hung out, kind of got to know each other a little bit, briefly acquainted with each other. She leaves to go, decides to go to Ibiza, which is an island off of Spain, which I know is big for clubs and festivals and things nowadays. So she went over there. They didn't really keep in touch. All of a sudden, she gets a letter in the mail with stuff about how she has given her house in Ibiza. And basically, I think she has supposedly she has died. I don't know. Obviously, what happens yet, I've not read this far. And of course, all this stuff it's like attached to this other email message this guy gets from his old professor, such as her kind of talking about things. So she does decide to go there, and what she got to losing, she just goes to see. I'll check it out, see if I like it. I'm probably gonna hate it because she doesn't really do much, doesn't get out much, that kind of thing. And then she's not getting any younger, kind of thing. So I just decided to go over there and check the house out. And she just eventually finds this card with a note in it from her kind of friend / acquaintance about about why she did it, and here's all the places you might want to go visit while you're here. Check these places out, keep it up in mind. And she does, and meets up with people. Some people seem to like her, from apparently she has some kind of psychic abilities. Her daughter does not get along with her. They clashed. She had experience, and she was never the same. And it comes to she just goes scuba diving, and with a guy that her friend knew, and she goes down there. She has an experience herself, and basically kind of loses consciousness, has to go to the hospital, all this stuff. Basically, from where I am right now, she's gained all these abilities. Like, she can understand languages, she knows people's thoughts, she knows like what the next car is going to be. Like ads on TV, stuff on the news makes her feel certain ways. What she eats and drinks, she gets different sensations. Music, everything she like can understand it. She can feel it. She knows what people are thinking. She understands languages, even if she doesn't speak them. Some kind of alien abilities from this like thing down there. Like, I don't know if it's a planet or what it is exactly. It's called The Present. I'm not quite sure exactly what all that entails yet. It's a really interesting book, very well narrated by the woman. The guy's only been in one section. He's, to me, not quite as good, but he's just read out an email, so I can't really say that he's a bad narrator because he's just read a few lines of an email. He hasn't really come in other than that yet. I'm almost 5 hours in. It's just been her narrating the experience that what's happening to her. It's all in first person. It'd be a very long bunch of emails and attachments if it were real. Very good book so far. I highly recommend it. At this point, as I said, I'm not done, so I don't think that will change. I'll probably know more information. But he said, at the time of this recording, I'm about 5 hours in. I will probably be done by the time this gets published, I would say. Definitely before that book club meets. But again, it's The Life Impossible by Matt Haig, Haig. Of course, 2 T's on Matt, of course. I assume he's a British author. I'll see if the book is. And the narrators are British. I assume he's British. He writes British. I assume he's a UK guy. I don't know where he's from. There's not any author info. I'm using the National Library Service NLS version. But they don't give that information on the recording, so they just use the recording as is, but they just say, they got it with permission, and here's what it's about, and it just goes into the book, so I don't really know much about the guy. I'm assuming the book is current because it talked about something that happened around last year or so. It's got to be 23, 24, maybe. What did it mention? It mentioned something. It mentioned the Eras Tour by Taylor Swift's Eras Tour at one point. Gets mentioned. She sees some, like, somebody was wearing or something, and it mentioned that. So it's fairly current, so it's got at least, if not 24, then 23. Maybe copyright 24, but 23 perhaps, maybe 22. Somewhere in there, but fairly current book. I don't know when it came out, as I said. I'm assuming it's going to be 24. I don't know how long it's been up on Bard. It's on Libby and Audible and probably Amazon. Google probably has it. Apple Books probably has it. Anywhere that has commercial audiobooks probably has this book. So just kind of look around if you want to read it, or just check any blind libraries you're in. They might have it. Canada and the UK for sure have it. Probably others. I'm sure Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, many others, I have no doubt, probably have it. Libby for sure does. Check your library and see if they have it available. I've not checked this one, but I'm sure I'm sure they all have it. I don't doubt. I'll have to look that one up and see. I have a few in my Libby that I've figured out how to get into, but most people probably only have one library, so just check, and see if you can get a hold of it, really. You might have to wait a bit, potentially, depending on what your library, how many copies they have of this title. I know some have a few, some don't have very many. One of the UK ones has unlimited copies in theirs, which is interesting. Oh no, I don't know about that. I'm thinking of a radio drama. Sorry, I have not checked this book. I don't know. I'll have to look and see what the ones I can see what their status is. But yeah, that one you can't. Well, they have like a Libby collection, but they have their own collection on their website that are different. Yeah, the radio dramas, they seem to have limited copies of like any like BBC programs and things. It's kind of nice that they don't have in their actual collection. They probably could add it, but I could just get it from there. And so much stuff on Libby is available in a lot of different countries and libraries. So just check and see if it's available. I highly recommend The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. Again, Haig for the last name. But probably just typing in The Life Impossible will probably get it, but that's who you're looking for. I don't know any library numbers. I could look that up, but I don't. You can just search it. And you'll find the book. And yeah, it's 10 hours. It's around 10 hours. Not too bad of a book length anyway. But I'm really enjoying it. It's very interesting, different, interesting. It's interesting that it's just her writing about it through basically an email and attachments that I guess she attached to it that he's, I guess, reading back. Because he emailed her and she responds back. So I assume it's like, he's looking at it. I don't really know for sure, but that's kind of what's in my head. He's reading it off the computer as she's narrating it, but I could just picture him like reading it off the screen or whatever from his computer or phone or whatever he's looking at. But again, I really enjoy it so far. Not quite halfway through it yet, but almost to the 4 hour or 5 hour mark. I'm like 4:39 and something seconds, minutes. It's about around the 4:39 mark at the moment. But I'm sure by this afternoon I'll be in the 5 hour mark when I get on the bus and do all that later. I'll probably be well in the 5 hour range when I get home. But yeah, check it out. Give it a read. Probably can preview it on. I know Libby, you can preview books for about 5 minutes, so that will give you some idea. And of course, any blind libraries, you can just grab it and check it out, and probably with Audible credits and things too. So that's all for the moment. I will see you guys in another video.